Welcome. Good morning.
To the TMZ podcast.
It's the TMZ podcast.
Very NPR start.
That's usually Charlie's. Charlie's usually the guy who leads this. He's obviously out today, so I'm stuck with you, unfortunately.
I know, man. You got the legal team next to you.
I know. They called up the guy off the bench, so hopefully you're ready.
Give me the righty.
Yeah. Are you well-versed on all these stories?
Oh,
you read up?
I studied.
Okay.
I studied. Look,
I'm
a student, bro.
Do, it's study. So we have some good stories today. So for starters, another update on the. I feel just like this catfish scandal is just never going to end.
It's now a saga, right?
Yeah.
It's been going on long enough that we're in full saga.
Totally. And now it's, we're talking about Brittany Furlan and Ronnie Radke. Obviously, it's become a legal thing now. And Brittany has filed her own legal docs, which, kind of back up her claims of why she thinks she was catfished.
Well,
or why she thinks Ronnie is the catfish. She doesn't think she was catfished.
Yeah, I read these closely because I was out last week, so I've been catching up on this story. But this TRO is basically Brittany Furlan saying, leave me alone, dude. You've been harassing me, and you clearly reached out to me and started a relationship with me. She's got what she is calling receipts of all of this stuff. She's got
she thinks
DMs and so forth. She's like, you reached out to me, and then you invited me to your house, and you ghosted me. I mean, you are messing with me.
She thinks he's obsessed with her. And then we will the other stories we got Matt Damon. He was on it was Howard Stern
show, yeah.
Big show. And
he's kind of a big radio personality.
Yeah. And basically said his wife had a crush on one of his co-stars before.
Not just one of his co-stars, his best friend.
Yeah,
I mean, the Goodwill Hunting team. Yeah.
And then finally, we got some more toxic mom group drama. Meghan Trainor is now definitively saying she was not in this group. So
okay.
We will get into that. So for starters, these are legal docs. So this is kind of your
So you want me to take it from here?
Well, you were out. Well, you were here last year when all this popped off, because last year all this came out because Ronnie obviously exposed that Brittany Furlan, Tommy Lee's wife, thought that she was in a relationship with him on a Snapchat account, and he was claiming it wasn't her. He made it public.
They ruined her marriage with Tommy Lee.
Well, didn't ruin because they're back together now.
Right,
they're seeming
at the time
things were not good in that household for sure at the time. They're back together. They seem stronger than ever, which is good. But what isn't good is obviously last Friday Ronnie filed his own restraining order against her.
Right.
Basically laying out everything he's already said publicly. This wasn't me. This girl went to my house. She stalked me at a doctor's appointment.
Right.
So now Brittany filed her own restraining order.
Yeah. So Ronnie, as you said last week, was he's still trying to establish who is this catfish, because someone else who is impersonating me is the person who was in contact with you, Brittany, and you're making it sound like I sort of was the person behind it. Brittany obviously has a different story. She says, I was at a vulnerable point in my marriage. You reached out to me. It's clearly you. We exchanged sexually explicit content. It is not AI generated. It is clearly you begging me to leave Tommy Lee at the time, inviting me to your house, and we were supposed to have a meetup, but then you ghosted me. I mean, there's a lot of details here, and she's saying now you've gone on this campaign where you're calling Tommy Lee a loser, you are harassing me endlessly. There's an obsession on your part, and I now need legal help. I need a judge to order you to stay away from me and stop contacting me and stop riling up your fans to come after me. So there are really, the two stories can't be reconciled. Either he is the guy or it is a catfish. And I'm unclear. Charlie Cotton, I'm sad he's not here today because he certainly has a view that this is Ronnie trying to sort of keep his name in the mix and sort of say it's a catfish. But if they subpoena these records and all the roads point back to him, that's a risky strategy.
Correct. I mean, he doubled down for sure. Cotton's point of view was that originally he thought 100% it wasn't Ronnie, and now he's completely flipped sides where he thinks this guy's like an evil genius that was like doing this to kind of like.
But the outcome of this investigation will prove that in some way.
We hope. So, because I mean, probably better than I do. Obviously, he hopes to subpoena the IP address and whatnot from Snapchat that will actually reveal who was behind the original Snapchat account, but like, Snapchat doesn't need to give that to him.
Well, if a lawsuit is initiated, the party can seek to subpoena records from third parties that are relevant to proving his lawsuit. So that's not the hardest thing to do, and that's why we talked about, like, the jig is up. If he really subpoenas the records, maybe there's a little bit of a fight, but they could be obtainable, and so then it will reveal whether the IP address was his house or somewhere where he worked or something of that
I mean,
nature.
we don't know at this point, and obviously, hopefully one day we will find out.
It's a real mystery.
My personal feelings on this are, I know for a fact, obviously this was extremely embarrassing for Brittany, and I know a lot of people are like, well, why did she, to start 2026, comment on someone's TikTok and basically reignite this whole thing all over again and force each of them to file restraining orders? Because I think it was super embarrassing for her.
Sure.
And this guy made something super embarrassing public. And whether or not we think that this Snapchat account was Ronnie, she 100% believes that he was behind the Snapchat account, and for whatever reason, either Tommy Lee reached out to him and he got cold feet, or the whole point was he was trying to embarrass her. Mm-hmm. That's at least what she thinks, and I think she just wants to be vindicated in the public eye that, like, hey, yeah, was I in a vulnerable part of my marriage? For sure.
Yeah.
But like, this really was this guy. Like he's not a good guy.
She's trying to salvage some of the humiliation of this whole episode by sort of proving that this was you, and don't some sort of compound what was going on by saying I was also the victim of a catfish. It was a low point in my marriage. I'm not proud of sort of swerving on Tommy Lee and starting this sort of relationship outside of my marriage. But let's call it what it is. We were exchanging photos. There is, if it was a catfishing, it was a very sophisticated one,
for sure.
According to her, and maybe she was duped.
She says obviously the explicit ones, there's no way they could be AI generated. But I feel like you think, like, when the catfish show started, they didn't have AI.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it would, people can get duped much easier now with like technology and whatnot.
It is a weird duping from Ronnie Radke, though. It's not as if like she thought she was starting a relationship with Tom Cruise, someone like sort of beyond her reach.
Right. But, and he's kind of in her world.
Exactly.
And in
very
that
plausible
rock star world. I kind of go back and forth. So I definitely for sure feel bad for Brittany about this whole situation. I mean, it's obviously she didn't want this to be public. I don't think anyone would want any type of like infidelity to be made public, whether or not it was Ronnie or not. But the thing,
like Tommy Lee, at least,
I think two things could be true. I think I'm not 100% sure the original Snapchat was actually Ronnie. And I do think he's obviously going in hard to like vindicate himself and prove like, hey, this original Snapchat was never me. But it's like, dude, and she kind of lays this out in the restraining order. He completely leaned into it.
Of course.
He loves this. Like, I mean, the guy made shirts. She laid out. He did a music video where he used a Brittany Furlan clear lookalike that was very unflattering. Like,
even if it was a catfish, he then used it and to her point started harassing her. So
monetizing.
It's sort of immaterial whether he was initially the guy or not. What he's doing now that he owns up to doing on his own sort of social media. That's him.
He exposed it. He's using it to stay in the headlines. Yeah. He can say, I feel like, can be like, oh, I just want to be cleared, which maybe he does, but he loves this.
She doesn't need to prove whether or not it was really him who initially reached out to her. That's part of what she is sort of saying to sort of save face and says this was obviously real. We exchanged intimate stuff, but she didn't need to prove that. If he's harassing her in some sort of online social media campaign, she can still get a restraining order and he can get one. This is sort of like a sideshow of some sort. You don't need to prove that you were catfish.
So both we'll obviously be following this story. Both restraining orders were denied because there's no emergency order that needs to take place here, and they'll have a court date.
It'll be interesting to see them both in court.
Yeah,
I mean, that'll be the real people in court unless he tries to.
And allegedly, that'll be the first time they've ever like been around each other in person. So
that'll be fascinating.
That'll be interesting. It'll be interesting if he actually gets the metadata. We'll obviously be following all the updates on this.
A lot of people file these things and then don't show up to the hearing to actually sort of get it. Here, I think you're going to see some sort of confrontation.
I would think he shows up, and I don't think she does.
She may not.
I think her attorney shows up for her, but who knows? We'll see. Matt Damon.
Yeah. This is more my generation. Maybe I should take this one.
Yeah. You wanna get into this?
Yeah. So Matt Damon, if you grew up, in the late '90s and Good Will Hunting, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were everything, right? They had such a big moment. They won the Oscar for writing that together.
I was 7 in the late '90s.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. So
Appreciate
I didn't.
that.
So I wasn't watching those.
Appreciate that.
Did see them though.
I was in college. Yeah. So this was very big, and Matt Damon went on to marry a woman named Luciana Barroso, and she says, or he says, that during their marriage, she revealed that her initial crush upon seeing Good Will Hunting was on Ben Affleck.
That's tough.
So Matt Damon and Matt and Ben have been friends, forever. They are like sort of very long time. This didn't like ruin the marriage or anything. And then he says once she met Ben, he told Howard Stern this sort of like washed that away pretty quickly because they're very different figures. He says that her friend actually had the crush on him. She had the crush on Ben.
When they went to see the
movie initially. And they're very different aesthetics. They're both very handsome, but in different ways. And Matt joked with her, you got the wrong one. But when she saw Ben in person, he's very different. He's obviously a different public figure now with the Dunkin' Donuts and the coffee and the gambling and all that stuff that has sort of chased him around and the J-Lo. So I think this all ended pretty happily.
I mean, I guess Affleck said that he had never sensed anything romantic from her ever.
Sure.
And basically they're good. Obviously,
this was purely like physical, his character.
Matt Damon has obviously kids with her. It's like something that they funnily like probably laugh about. But
when I saw the movie, Good Will Hunting is, Matt Damon is the nerd. He's the genius janitor, right? That's the whole conceit of the movie is he can do all the math equations at MIT and he's actually, sort of a genius. His wisecracking friend who tries to help him monetize his genius is the Ben Affleck character. He's a more fun character, but then in reality,
who do you resonate?
I think Matt is the more fun guy and Ben is the more serious guy.
Who do you resonate that character-wise? Who do you resonate more with?
Oh, who do you think? I'm as blue-collar genius.
Yeah, so
all I want is a mop bucket and some equations.
Literally.
Man.
But it's funny. It's kind of interesting because I always think about like, obviously when you're younger and you go see movies, you have like that celebrity crush or you're like, oh my God, like you're like super into like a character or someone, or an actress or whatever. It's kind of crazy that these people then go on and
marry your crush.
And you meet them and marry them.
This happens all the time though, right? Hailey Bieber married her crush. Hailey Bieber like really had a big crush on Justin Bieber. He was with Selena at the time and she swooped right in.
Right.
And made that happen. So sometimes, dreams do come true. This is a very Cinderella story, I guess.
Yeah, totally. Very interesting.
But my crush was Minnie Driver. I don't know if you've ever seen
Minnie Driver.
Minnie Driver is the love interest, man.
Interesting.
She was something else.
So Meghan Trainor.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take me through this one.
Because you were. Where were you again?
I was skiing, man. I was on the slope.
Oh, you don't want to give your location.
Oh, I can tell you, I was in Utah, Deer Valley.
Oh, Deer Valley. Wow.
Had them goggles on.
Wow, expensive trip, I would imagine.
Carving some powder. I don't want to get into it.
Yeah. So there was all this drama last week. Ashley Tisdale released this whole op-ed where she's talking about her toxic mom group that she was in.
Yeah. What is that? What does that mean?
Okay, so
Mary's in a lot of mom groups.
I wasn't aware mom groups existed until
I bet Melissa's in some mom groups, man.
She might be. And I was pushing when I heard about this. I was pushing for where are the dad groups.
Oh, I'm in some dad groups.
Are you?
You're not. Yeah. Listen.
What do you guys do?
I got a whole thread on my phone called Dodger Dads.
Dodger Dads.
Yeah,
interesting. Do you guys like? But my pitch.
We get our kids together in sports teams. We coach all that stuff.
Okay, so I have that to look forward to.
You have a lot of it to look forward to.
Cannot wait.
You're just at the beginning, man.
Because I was pitching dad groups as like dads meeting together at like a bar and watching sports, and it's like we tell our wives like, yeah, meeting with the dads, to discuss our kids, when in reality we literally just go get drunk at a bar and don't discuss our family life at all.
I think that's largely accurate.
Yeah,
we don't. The mom groups are like kibitzing and they're figuring out strategies in schools to apply to and all that kind of stuff. The dads do very little of that.
Yeah, exactly. And take a lot of credit though.
A lot of credit.
So there was a lot of speculation on who was, because she didn't name any names.
Who was in the mom group, but she's a celebrity, so she obviously
famous,
has celebrity
so
friends.
She's only, celebrities, most times, their only other friends that are celebrities because they're in the same circles. So people said,
the online sleuths came out.
They said it's Hillary Duff, it's Mandy Moore, it's Meghan Trainor.
Smoking all of those people out to say, were you a member of this mom group?
No one really has said much. They've all leaned into it. Hillary Duff has been dropping teasers for her new music. Great timing. I love Hillary Duff, by the way. Speaking of like old celebrity crushes.
You were a Lizzie McGuire fan.
I loved Hillary Duff growing up. Meghan Trainor posted at the time like this like stupid little TikTok where she like, oh, haven't logged onto the internet. What's going on? Like, you know, acting
Just
like
woke up and saw this.
acting like she had no idea about all this drama, when in reality, when this all broke, every single person probably in the mom group all texted each other without
and all their publicists went into overdrive and so forth.
We got Meghan Trainor's husband out last week, Daryl from Spy Kids. You know him?
I do.
Yeah.
I also know that they poop in the same room.
Yeah,
That's their big
they
claim to
share a lot of information.
fame. Yeah, I think they have like toilets that face each other.
Yeah,
right?
very bizarre.
Really intimate.
Very bizarre. Daryl actually from Torrance.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, he's from Torrance. He went to a separate middle school than me, but
it's a lot of information.
I was aware of him when we were younger, obviously, because of Spy Kids. So now she is posting a second TikTok saying she's not involved in any way, shape, or form. So completely saying I'm not in this mom group.
I swear I'm innocent.
I wasn't shading Ashley or leaving her out of things.
The speculation
all
was
very
that
bizarre.
people thought that Ashley Tisdale might be conservative and on this very liberal Hollywood mom group, that she was maybe being bullied. They
thought she was being bullied or was the out person in the mom group because of her political beliefs. She posted a Charlie Kirk post after he passed away that was just kind of like what a lot of people did, was just basically saying like
politics aside, this is tragic.
Insane that people are getting killed over their political beliefs. But she actually, or her rep, released a statement after this became such a big deal while you were gone. Obviously, really crazy stuff going on. That she's actually liberal and this has nothing to do with politics. So sounds like it's just like catty mom stuff.
Yeah. I mean, has anyone fessed up to like, yes, this is me and Ashley was the toxic one?
Not that. No pushback on as like calling out Ashley, but there have been people that have
no apologies or anything.
There have been like teases and like kind of shade on stories of husbands.
What has Mandy said? Anything?
Mandy hasn't said anything.
Okay. So the silence is deafening.
Yeah.
Now, you know.
But then the thing is, it's like Mandy does a post and it's like, oh, this is her talking about the mom group.
Right.
When in reality, it like probably has nothing to do with
Everyone is just trying to read tea leaves.
Yeah.
This is a fascinating window into something that like does exist. There are certainly like mom groups.
I knew
they
nothing
get
about
catty,
mom
they're
groups,
chatty,
dude.
they get political, they talk about a lot of child raising tips and things like that. But these are friend groups and they get, you've been on threads where they get kind of wild sometimes.
My thing is, it's like, I know Ashley probably didn't didn't think this was going to blow up into as big of a issue as it did.
Bro,
but it's
she wrote an article.
You wrote an essay.
She wrote an essay, and she is a celebrity. She obviously runs in circles with other celebrities. There are going to be questions. She didn't drop names in her essay, and so I think she did it responsibly, but almost by leaving it sort of open and cryptic, it made the world sort of go wild and want to figure it out.
If you're not in school, you shouldn't be writing essays.
You don't like essays, huh?
I was never an essay fan, but there's no need to write essays unless the teacher's asking you to write an essay.
You have no love affair with the written word, huh?
No. Depends.
Let's go to some questions.
Let's get to the they're actually comments.
Comments. Can you read them?
Questions would be interesting, actually. Actually, sometimes they're questions.
I see a question mark in there.
Danner, Ronnie is nuts. That's one side of the internet.
Doesn't mean he's lying, though.
True. And that's
things can be true.
That's the biggest thing, is that like he could not be the guy behind the original Snapchat, but he could just be a troll.
Yeah.
And now it's like guilty by association. It's like, dude, you're kind of a troll. You're leaning into it. Now people think this was you.
The thing that's confusing genuinely for me is Brittany Furlan, before she was with Tommy Lee, was also a very prominent internet presence. That's how she built her reputation. So
fine.
Who is credible here? In terms of what they're saying, everyone is very internet savvy. We don't have someone who is like, Gandhi. What they say is what is like the truth. They're sort of credible testimony about anything. Who do you believe? They both filed legal documents under penalty of perjury, laying out very different stories, but there is a truth.
She clearly believes it's him 100% because this is very embarrassing, and I don't think she would be redrudging this all up.
But I don't think he'd perjure himself in documents. It's a serious thing.
True. So that's why if I were to guess right now, I don't know if he was behind the original Snapchat account. I'm not sure, but I don't think he was. But then I do think
he capitalized on the moment.
He capitalized and completely started harassing her after.
Yeah.
After he found out about it.
It's genuinely...
He is the one who made this public. No one would have found out about this if he didn't make this public.
Well, she
No, because so Tommy reached out to him, which
Right.
is how he says he found out about the whole
Got
thing.
it. So
and
it
then
could've-
and then he made it public.
Got it. So it could have remained a quiet thing between 3 people.
Correct.
Yeah.
Robert Witt? Would you say Robert?
Robert Witt.
Falling in reverse isn't for the TMZ crowd. LOL. Yeah.
I don't know the music.
I don't know the music. I used to, growing up, I was kind of into this like Warp Tour kind of bands.
Okay.
So I think that he falls in that. It's not normally, I would say, TMZ's bread and butter, but the story is.
I want to see. Look, the poll we put up said Team Ronnie or Team Brittany, and Ronnie is
62.
killing it.
Well, I wouldn't say killing.
Hey, 62% is a fairly decisive.
That's a 62.
Not 50-50.
62 is a D.
That's fair.
62% is a D.
So it's passing for you.
Yeah. No. Passing was always, as long as I hit 70, I was good. So yeah, I mean, normally we wouldn't cover this guy or his band, but because of the story, it's a crazy story. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, Zephyr 87, they were great in Dogma. I didn't see Dogma.
I saw Dogma.
I need to add it to my
Dogma is a
list.
Kevin Smith movie.
You know,
it's actually hard to find because it was like very controversial at the time because, spoiler alert, Alanis Morissette plays God.
Whoa, stop. Chill, dude. Because you know I have this movies list, right?
Oh, good. Put Dogma on there.
Dogma's on there. There Will Be Blood. I haven't seen
Gosh, you haven't
that.
seen
That's
There Will
on
Be
there.
Blood? That's
Reservoir
one of the greatest
Dogs.
Oh, man. You got a long way to go, man.
Yeah, I got some stuff on
You got some stuff.
So yeah, added. Ashley Tisdale, Angle.
Angie.
Oh, Angie. Oh, it's I need to get my eyes checked. I haven't gone in a while because I'm supposed to wear glasses.
Got to read more.
That too. My daughter is in a mom group, and from time to time, she has had her feelings hurt because either she's been left out. It happens to regular people too, not just celebrities.
Without question. And sometimes there is a side thread to the mom group, and people get their wires crossed, and they'll say something sort of sideways about someone on the main thread.
I mean, that's just
it's fraught with problems.
That's just friend groups, though.
This happens, man.
There's always people who feel like they're getting left out of things.
Yeah, but all that unites a mom group is that you all have like kids who kind of know each other,
True.
and so it's not like the bonds you have of a deep long-term friendship. These are newer bonds.
Correct. I don't want to make this like a sexist thing, but like I feel like this doesn't happen between guy friend groups.
Not in the same way.
Like when you're left out of things, you don't care.
No, I don't care.
Yeah.
Sometimes the wires cross. I think it's kind of funny.
Like if your friends go on like out to dinner or go on a trip and you don't get invited, it's like
there's generally less sensitivity.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
I don't really care. All right, Derek. Well, it's good having you in here.
Good to be here.
Well, I don't think it's going to be you tomorrow because I believe Cotton is out again tomorrow, but we will see who's in your seat.
All right, man.
All right, bro. Later.